It's gonna be a short video, guys. Just an update with my transaction. I think I placed a video a while back that I was in this transaction and I was having some issues scheduling the appraisal, man.
I want to talk to you about that and the appraisal process. It pretty disappointed because we're gonna blow past our appraisal contingency. We had set 21 days from the binding agreement, which is actually technically today, November 13th. So typically we get the appraisal turnaround pretty fast. So I don't really know what's lagging. It sounds like their appraisal third-party company that they're using is a little bit behind. But I wanted to make you aware of the fact that today is, when our appraisal contingency is up.
And we got the appraisal scheduled. Appraisal went through, and I got hit by another issue, man. And I'm gonna attach a sound bite of me and my agent talking about this issue. The issue was appraisal came in low, man, which is one of the nightmare situations that you could ever ask in a deal. So I'm attaching a sound bite, me and my agent exchanging, talking about a plan, and discussing our options, man. And with this situation I wasn't really feeling that good because I already blown past my contingencies, man. So if I walk away, I lose my deposit, which is $3,000. That's why I don't recommend going in with that kind of amount of deposit, man. I usually go in with 1,000, like I told you in my previous video. So but anyway, I'm gonna attach the sound bite, and this is how you work with an agent, man. And maybe in the future, who knows, you might bump into the same situation, and this video might be able to help you, man. You might be able to get something out of this video, man. So let's go. No?
Hey, can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Good. Alright. So, have you had a chance to talk to Kevin yet?
Just briefly, just exchanging emails here and there.
Okay. So, let's talk through a game plan. We just did an 8-day extension. What are you feeling with that? How can I help?
The difference is huge, man. So are they open to price cuts? Price reduction?
So, I think first of all, I talked with Kevin for about an hour yesterday, and I really went into them because I haven't seen the appraisal. I don't know if you have it yet. If it comes up in your portal, if you could send it to me, I'd like to take a look at it. But the problem is, I didn't have a good feeling about this appraiser. She wasn't local. She drove about 45 minutes to the location. She said she wasn't familiar with the neighborhood. She was asking me about expenses and rent when it should be considered a residential place. And then, we had just talked, and she seemed like more of a commercial apartment appraiser that, wasn't familiar with the area and didn't know really anything about, the streets and what's ongoing. So I didn't have a good feeling. She was very nice, nothing against her, but I wasn't impressed with the appraiser at all. I mean, I don't know if better being posted in California, if what kind of appraisers they have here, but that's kind of what I stressed to Kevin. We really need someone local, because the problem with this one is an appraiser is looking at comps, right, for triplexes.
Yeah.
Well, we really don't have any comps. We don't have any comps for a triplex. Nothing's really been sold within, a 3-4 mile radius. Typically, they want to find something in the neighborhood. So this is, nothing's really been sold. So typically what they do is they look at, okay, what's a single family? These are 2-bedroom, 1 unit. What's a single family sell for? For a 2-bedroom, one bathroom. And that's, they range between 80 to 120,000. So that's why looking at it, well, it's, this is a triplex. This is 3 units that are 2-bedroom, 1 bath. 80,000 a door is not, unheard of at all. So it's one of those where we have the comps working against us, and then the appraiser that they sent was not experienced or local, didn't understand the market at all. So, we've got 2 options that I see. And yes, it was a huge shock. I mean, what did it come in at, 220?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. But I still haven't seen the report. He keeps saying there's gonna be some revisions.
Right, and I don't know what these revisions are about, and I don't know if they're really going to help. Kevin said that revision is normal. 9 out of 10 reports, they go under revision, but we're running out of time here, and overall, I know you've used the past, but I haven't been impressed with them at all. I mean, it took so long. We blew past our contingency, and then the appraiser that they sent just wasn't qualified from what I've experienced meeting with other appraisers. So, to be honest, Fred, you talking with the seller, I don't think he's going to want to do a price cut, because he knows that it's worth a lot more. And it was a fight to get that $12,000 haircut for you to cover the cost. So he's not very easy to work with. So I think we've got 2 options. One is, we try to reduce the price and say, hold steady and say, hey, this is what the appraiser said. We want a reduction. That's going to be very, very hard for the seller to swallow. Someone's losing money, right? It's $40,000 difference. So either he's going to lose 40, or you're going to have to come up with 40, or even if we met in the middle, it's 20,000 each. That's still a big difference for both parties to swallow. So the other thing is, we can, that's one option. Be very blunt and say, hey, we're willing to walk away here and lose our earnest money if you don't give us the market value. I don't think that's going to go off that well. Or 2, we work with them and say, hey, look, we're interested in buying it. From an investment standpoint, the numbers make sense. Yes, we got a bad appraisal, but let's work together, extend the closing date, and work with another lender. That's the only option. That's why I pushed Kevin. I'm like, hey, the appraiser, I was not impressed. They asked all these random questions. She said she was new to the business. She didn't understand the neighborhood. She lived 45 minutes away. Like, overall, I wasn't impressed. I demand a new appraisal. And Kevin went back to his supervisors. That's what the last email was. No, I can't get another appraisal. So our only option now is, to work with another lender or negotiate with the seller. And, both of these are not ideal, and it's going to, take some tiptoeing around and discussing with the seller. Now, I'm on good terms with him, but he's an investor himself. He He knows the numbers. He knows it makes sense from an investment standpoint. I don't think he's going to take a $40,000 loss. He'd rather just put it on the market, you know?
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts? This isn't the best situation, but this is kind of the cards we were dealt with. We took a chance with it. I think from what I'm seeing, it's definitely a risk, but from what I'm seeing, the appraisal is a lot lower than it should be. This is a triplex, and 2-bedroom, 1-bath family homes are selling for $100,000 in the area.
Yeah, I still don't have the report, so I don't know what they used as the comp for that. But it's gonna show up in the report. We would be able to really tell once we have the report.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I took quite a bit of time to review all the comps, but there really isn't much, and that's a risk with with an appraisal, because they're looking for triplexes. There aren't many triplexes that sold in the area within a 5-mile radius. You have to go, not one neighborhood next door, 2 neighborhoods next door to find, a triplex. So, and typically they want something within 1 mile. So I don't know what she ended up picking for comps. But they're not going to send another appraisal at this point, and we don't have enough time. 8 days. What we could do is look at the comps. I could send them the comps that we feel support it and try to refute it, but that's still not guaranteed, and it's very, very unlikely. 9 times out of 10, an appraiser is not going to go back and accept revisions. They're going to be able to find an excuse for every comp that we send them. I've been through this process before. If you still want this property and you don't want to lose your earnest money on this one, it might be best to say, hey seller, here's the appraisal we got. We still want to buy the property. We think it's worth a lot more. We just, at this point, we've refuted it. We can't with our existing lender. We need more time. Give us more time to work with another lender, which they will have to do regardless if they put it back on the market, unless they get lucky and have someone that wants to buy this property for cash, which, it's possible, but it's still very slim. So I think working with the seller and being on their side and saying, hey, we just need more time to get another lender might be your best option, in my opinion. I'm here to do what's right by you and what you're feeling, but that's my professional opinion. The appraiser is low, and if we went with another lender, we'd have better luck.
But there's still that risk that when they order the appraisal, I pay for another appraisal, it comes in low again, right?
Yeah.
So there's still that risk.
There is. You're right. With option 2, saying, hey, let's try again, you're going to eat the cost of, $650 or whatever, $600-$700 for another appraisal. But at that point, then we're in a much better spot to negotiate with the seller and say, listen, we have 2 appraisals. They both came in lower. Our hands are tied. If you really want to sell this, you got to come down. So, we still have the third option too. If you want to just cut it, and we can look for another property and make up that $3,000 in earnest money that you're going to lose in the next property. We can continue to look and find you a better deal that's going to have stronger numbers. But I don't know. It's up to you. If you do want this property, I think we need to be on the side of the seller. I feel like the appraisal did come in low. So we need to give this another shot with another lender, is my opinion. But it's up to you if you want to go through that process.
Yeah, I just think that there's still that risk.
That's kind of,
Even if we
yeah.
go to the lender and then and then in the end they will say the same thing. So
I don't know. I mean, you know, I work with two preferred lenders here. One is Ameris Bank. You know, with the last so many, I don't think any appraisal ever came in low with them. Then I've got a second preferred lender. I think I had one appraisal in the last year that came in lower. So and that was maybe like $5,000-$6,000 low. So it was easy to work with the seller on that one. And you know, both of my lenders, they work with, you know, a third party appraisal company, and they come in and, you know, the guys, they send someone local, someone that's familiar with the market. It's changing so fast. You know, if you're looking at a duplex that sold or a triplex that sold last year, yes, it's going to be much lower. I mean, literally in the last 5 years, prices have doubled. I mean, you know, that's how fast things are changing. And a good appraisal that's local here to Atlanta will understand that. So I don't want to tell you that it's going to appraise with flying colors if we go with my preferred lender, but I think we'll have a much better shot, and with, you know, that way we, you know, we have a better negotiation play with the seller. Right now, I know if I go to the seller and I say, hey, we want the price adjusted to the appraisal price, you know, he's going to say, okay, bye. I'm going to take your earnest money and, you know, I'm just going to put it back on the market because I know it's worth a lot more. So I've worked with this guy before, and that's kind of how I don't expect him to budge much off the price, is what I'm saying, you know. Our best shot would be to get someone here local that is able to, you know, give us a more accurate appraisal.
I need to think about it.
Yeah, think about it. Like I said, I mean, you know, one option is we play hardball. I don't think that's going to go over well with the seller because it's too much of a cut. Second option is we work with them and get another lender and say, hey, let's push this closing date out. Or, you know, third option, you know, we just walk away and find a better investment.
Yeah, because
yeah.
Because if they're not gonna do a price cut in this time around, so even if the second option we go through the process again and then the appraisal comes in low, they're not even gonna do it again if they're not willing to do it this time around. That's what I think.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's why I want the appraisal report so we can, you know, dissect it a bit. I can show it to the seller and say, hey, you know, we want this property, we're on board, but this is what we're dealing with. I mean, you know, can we talk about a price cut and just see how they react, see if they're able to budge at all. And then if that's not an option, you know, let them know, well, all right, if we were to go with another lender, if you think, you know, if based on the comps that they chose, and if the seller has additional comps that maybe we can't find, because I know he's very active in the area, you know, if he's able to give us comps and justify it and thinks that it's just a bad appraisal, then let's work together. But, you know, I'll ask him that too. What if the second appraisal comes in low? Maybe not 220, but 230 or 240. What then, you know? So I think, you're right. A lot depends on whether the seller is open to working with us or not.
Anyway, I'm heading out, man. And that's the situation we're in right now, man. And I'll give you guys an update with regards to what's gonna happen in this transaction, man. I still don't know what's gonna happen, but stay tuned, man. I'm documenting this transaction from start to end, you know, if ever we reach the end, whatever the outcome of the transaction. So stay tuned, man. I'll keep you guys posted. I'll update you on what's going on with this transaction. And I'm gonna head out. Chris Andrada, man, get you a bike, man. Enjoy your life. Don't worry about that house. Stop worrying about that house, man. Just enjoy your life. Get your license, get your bike, and let's ride, man. Hey, Chris Andrada, man. Get your license, get your bike, and let's ride, man. I found love on a two-way street.